YouTubers, welcome back. Not quite new machine day, as the title may suggest. So what we've got is a New England shaping machine. I believe it's a 7-inch stroke. This came about, bit of an unfortunate tale. A guy I know, brilliant engineer, sadly his eyesight's let him down, if you will. He's struggling to see what he's doing, so he decided to get rid of a lot of stuff. Now, this particular machine is adding like a garden shed in storage, so hence a lot of the surface rust. But up to the point of him putting it in there, it was working perfect and was in good condition. So this I've acquired, but he's also got a lot of other stuff that he's going to move on, which was in his main workshop tagged on to the end of his garage. So that's not in this sort of condition. It's all up and running, you know, no surface rust on it, odd little bit here and there obviously, but that's basically been used weekly stroke daily for the last number of years. So this, like I said, this I've sort of got hold of. Believe it or not, some of the stuff that he is getting shut off besides this shaping machine, there is another shaping machine, smaller one, an Atlas benchtop one, I think on maybe a 5-inch stroke. But yeah, so that'll be, you know, that stuff he's going to be getting shut off. He just got to a point where he's thought, you know, I can't do this anymore. He's making more mistakes. And the thing is, in one respect, I'm glad, because injuries, you know what I mean? If you've got your eyesight failing, God hope, you know, nobody, this can happen, you lose a finger, lose some, you know what I mean, like, whatever, just fingers crossed. So he decided, that's it, time to give it up. He's still keeping a few little bits and pieces, but majority of it's going. So yeah, so that's where we've got all this. So what we're going to be doing is not a full restoration for the time being. Probably going to clean it up, get it working, you know, maybe do some little projects with it. A shaping machine, I've had a hand operated one in the past. I think they're fantastic machines just to watch, you know, the mechanical ones in particular, just to watch them when they're doing the work. They're unbelievable. So we'll get this up and running, and we'll get some videos, even, you know, just to show you making a mess of some bits of metal, I think. So yeah, so that's where we're going to go with this. So what I'll show you in this video, we're going to get it onto a dolly off the pallet, and get the top put back on the base. Like I said, we're just going to clean up some of this lot, get it together, then we can get it cleaned up and get it running. So I said this video will be just putting it together and then just show you. Maybe I might get it working depending on what we like with the oil on the ways and things. But if not, we'll just get it put together and show you that. So we'll get on with that now and get it back onto its base so we can have a look at it properly. So the first thing we need to do is give this a good clean on this surface where the machine actually sits onto the base. Now this is actually a separate casting from the main base unit, the tray, and the 4 bolts. I bolt the whole lot down. So what we're going to do is give this a clean, so when the machine goes on we know it's sat perfectly flat onto this, and just clean some of this crud off. And I think looking at it, probably the best thing is just maybe some degreaser. Let's take some of these bolts out and have a look. Yeah, let's get a bit of degreaser, maybe the vacuum and maybe a scraper, take some of this paint off. So yeah, we'll just give this a light scraping, don't go too deep, but just get rid of any loose paint. So it looks like the maintenance services are here, so I don't think this middle is actually doing anything looking at it to slow it down. So as long as these main surfaces are free of any main crud or paint. I think this looks like it's had a few coats of paint in its life, probably while it was together. And then I keep some degreaser in one of these bottles, just handy to squirt on. Do your best not to get it on your hands, but you know, preferably probably wear some gloves. To be honest with you, over the years my hands have had all sorts on them, and I think they've barely got immune to it. But I must admit, some degreasers, in this one in particular, if I get a lot of it on my hands, by the end of the day you can actually feel your skin going tighter as it's drying your skin out. So yeah, definitely wear some gloves. If I get into where I'm doing a lot of it on the rest of the machine, I will get my gloves on. And obviously wear some eye protection as well so it doesn't splash up. So that's got the majority off, which I think will be good enough for bolting back together. A little bit of paint just down this side. Yep, it's not looking so bad. Just get the vacuum on this now. Looking better already. As you can see, there is some paint that's flaking. Like I said, for the time being, we're just going to give it a quick clean down. Not going to get into a sort of stripping paint. I'm just going to want to get this thing working. But like I said, at a later date, you never know. I think we might end up doing something with it. Bit of a project. Who knows? But we'll just want to get it together today. Main reason is I don't think there's any pieces missing, because you just said it was 4 bolts and that was it. So, but I think the main job, so I can get onto a dolly. So it's taking up a bit less room in one piece, but also I can move it around a bit easier. So right, we'll get that. We'll get this, I think, onto the dolly. What I'll do, I'll put the bolts back in, because I might end up probably using maybe an engine crane, not sure. We've got to put straps underneath the tray and lift it up with that, so the bolts always have to go in to hold it all together. I'll have a look when we get to it. Well, there she is on the stand. I've got it on a dolly. Bit of advice when you're using a dolly, bit of warning. Just be careful, because most of these machines, you can see a bit of a rock on there. They are top heavy. Just be very careful. And if you are pushing on a dolly and it's a rectangular dolly, always sort of push the lengthways, so you've got less chance of it tipping over. If you suddenly come to a stop and you've got it sideways on, they're liable to go. The other thing I tend to do as well is strap them down onto the dolly, so you've got a bit of extra security there. But anyway, so we're on. I'm going to give it a little run just for you to see. I'm not too happy with they are sort of oiled up a bit, but they are rusty. I need to give them a clean before we use it properly. And I don't want to run it for long, because when you're gritting, I'm just going to do it just for yourselves. I've had a quick look here, just got a bit of emery cloth. I think this is just surface. So a good wire wheel on a drill or something like that. Maybe even something like a vapor, I'm not sure yet. I'll have a look at it when I get to it. It should clean up, same with all these little knobs and stuff. So for now, because I just want to get it running, make sure it's right. Obviously do the slides, also on the boxy on the front, anything like that. Also on the down feed. On your clapper box. So I was going to do a quick check over it before we do anything. So we'll do a few videos as we do each little bit as we move along. Like I say, it's not a full restoration, it's just going to clean it up and get it working. But I'll just plug it in now. There's no switch either, by the way, at the moment. You just have it directly plugged in and a switch. So here we go. So you can see it's quite quiet, it's not too bad. Considering it's not bolted down or anything, just hope you can hear me over it. We'll just engage the clutch now. So as you can sort of see, it's only set on a small strug at the minute, but like I say, it's all adjustable. We'll go through all that in other videos. So it does run, it does work. Like I say, not too bad, nothing clunking, banging. Everything seems to be okay. I've checked most of like the big gear inside that does the motion on the top side, back and forwards. That's all seems to hold up nice. You know, it's just kept well. So yeah, so we'll get this, like I say, over the next few weeks. We'll get it cleaned up, get it running, maybe get a vice on here, and maybe do, like I say, make some big shavings with some metal. So it's fantastic. So yeah, keep your eyes as well. We might do some videos on the other stuff he's got coming up. Like I said, the other little shaper, little Atlas, a little bench top one. He's got that like meant on its own little bench. So might do a few videos on those as we sort of come across them for him. We've been helping him out. Hence one of the reasons why I've not done a video for a while. We've just been helping him out, sorting through some of his stuff. He asked me to go over. He's just said, you know, he's got to that stage now, so I'm glad to help him. Like I said, we can find some new ones for some of his machinery and equipment. So fantastic. So thanks for watching, YouTubers. As always, until next time, it'll be right.